Are you ready to be in the spotlight? Are you ready to share your story with the world? Well, Snails with No Shells is where you need to be. Available on all digital platforms, Facebook, and YouTube. Snails with No Shells. Leave that shell at the door. Where did we go wrong? We were doing so well. Greetings, beautiful ones. I am Ms. BJ Martin, and this is Snails with No Shells. Leave that shell at the door. That's my only rule in this room. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I miss you so much. I know it's been a while, but I am back. I am back in the building, and I have an amazing guest joining me tonight. I'm just going to let him come on in. I'm excited. We have Jamar. Hey, Jamar. I'm getting I requested a sound machine on the last live that I did, and somebody is getting me a sound machine. So now I'm gonna have my ear. I'm gonna have all my cheers and all that.
That's a nice introduction. It was a nice introduction. I like that. Leave your shell behind. I get that.
Yes, that's my only rule.
Hold a lot of people back, don't it?
Yep.
Be great.
Yep, absolutely. I'm see Jamar. He already know, y'all. He already know. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Jamar, where were you born and raised?
Chicago, 1975. In the inner city, in a blizzard.
Year.
In a blizzard on my mother's birthday.
9/26.
9/26. I was born as a gift.
Wow, I love that. That's oh man, the spiritual meaning behind that. Have you really researched 9/26?
Yeah, my life.
Okay.
My life. That's my story. That's my number. So, yeah, my life. I research it. I had to go back and research it daily. That's the only way you're gonna grow.
That's right. I love that because I'm definitely into numbers. And you say you were born on your mom's birthday. That's deep. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I love that. I do.
I think I took a little too much to the head when I was a kid. I was a little spoiled, right? A little kid. Life had to humble me, and I respect it.
Yeah. We all go through our humblings, different levels, but we learn our lessons, I hope, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have to go through that again. You know what I'm saying?
And we make sure we go through it so our kids don't have to go through it.
That's it. Absolutely.
Generational wealth right there.
That's right. So Jamar, what was it like? You said you was born, it was a blizzard. It's Chicago weather. Oh my gosh. You have to actually have a Chicago coat for Chicago. Okay. I went up there for a funeral in the wintertime. I'm in Atlanta. I had an Atlanta coat.
Yeah.
No, sir. That hawk was on me so hard. I thought I was gonna cry. I'm like,
your ears frostbitten. Your ears just frozen. You like, what just bit me?
Man, I couldn't. I was so dysfunctional. I couldn't even get it together. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad I grew up in it. All 4 seasons got an attitude. The summer angry, is hot, it's too hot. The winter is cold, freezing, depressing. The winter is like fall. You don't know what it's gonna be. Spring is bipolar. All 4 seasons got attitudes. That's about the only thing really wrong with the shop. But I had to come to Cali to get some sunshine. Get some
Yeah. I know you're in Cali now. What part of Cali are you in now?
I'm in Southern California, Orange County. Yeah.
Okay, so you know that song, It Never Rains in Does it rain?
It doesn't rain that much. It doesn't rain that much, but every time it rains, that song just pop up.
It does.
This year though, it's been raining a lot. It's been raining more than enough. Like today, it snowed, hailed, and everything. And I don't think California ever seen that. So that's the times we living in.
Right. That's why I was asking you. Like, so that's real. You know, people put out stuff, so that's real. Like it's snowing for
I
real.
thought it was rain. I thought it was hell till I really stepped out and said, damn, it's really snowed. And it ain't. Well, the world we living in today is nothing surprising.
I'm telling you, hey, we need to get it together.
Yeah, you better start being aware.
Really, wake up, right?
Yeah.
It's time to
Sounds
wake.
gonna slap you upside your head.
And you don't, man. I done been knocked upside my head, and
No,
I have, and it just,
no, everything is a sign now. I'm kind of over paranoid with signs.
no, don't be over paranoid.
That's a sign. Don't go that way.
Right.
That's a sign.
So look back to Chicago. What was it like growing up in Chicago?
Wow. I mean, the culture is beautiful. Even the inner city culture, everything we grew up with. I mean, you got all different sides. You got the gangs. You also got the revolutionary side, where people really wanted to come together, was fighting a system, So it's an all coming together thing. And, I grew up in the 90s, where crack was very heavily touched. My mom was addicted. I was the only child up till I was 15. So, I wanted to play football. I had dreams, but, the streets had first draft pick. I had to enter the streets at a not too young of age because I was fighting it. I had my imagination that kept me in the house because I always wanted to write books and make movies. But eventually I had to go out there. And that, by me having such a great imagination as a kid, the reality of life balanced it out for me. So I had to see it. So I have the reality and the imagination. And that's what made my writing so different.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is an amazing author. We haven't quite got to that yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm excited. And Jamar has brought a couple of his books to show us. So yes, I am excited about that.
Yeah, at that time I had, lost myself to the streets. So I didn't think about coming back to writing. I didn't get back to writing until later on in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so you said did you actually join a gang?
I mean, joining the gang, I mean, the perception of that is like you join, you got to go rob, shoot, or get beat up and stuff.
Okay.
I kind of just chose it, like it was like a fashion statement. Like we represented it, but we really wasn't really in tune with the bigger, nobody told us what to do type stuff. But we just held on. It was just a rebel in me because in Chicago, every 5 blocks is a different gang, but it's a major gang, So the gang I was in was not the neighborhood I was raised in. So it kept me to myself. And that's how, and I just brought my guys, and that was the difference. Like, and when I got into the gangs, it wasn't the violent part of it. It was the more the structure part, like the family.
I was going to say, the brotherhood of it, the camaraderie.
Because the opposition gang was close friends to us too.
Wow.
Like my best friend, I remember being when we went to high school, we was both in different gangs, and the school he went to was the majority of the gang I was in, and they was kind of jumping them, and I really couldn't help them, and I heard it like, why we so separated like that? And all I could do is say, police coming, even though I'm lying, just to get them off of them. And it kind of affected me, and I was probably like 15 at the time, and it affected me like, damn, I couldn't even help my friend because he's in a different gang, but we still the same, like we still melanated people. So even going through that, I always had that substance in my mind, even selling drugs and everything. It always, even when I was a kid, I don't know where it came from, but it was just naturally there to know that this ain't right.
Okay. Those are beautiful thoughts, especially, at such a young age.
Yeah.
Right. And I like the way you're kind of breaking down the misconception of, what we think gangs to be. You know what I'm saying?
It's just there just to be there. It's a reason. It's a reason why people ain't just mentally ill that bad. We all mentally ill, but we all need something in this there. It's gravitation is promoted, and it wasn't supposed to be bad in the beginning. It became bad. It was structured to protect the neighborhood, but it became bad because of the system, because of our mentality. So the deep root of it wasn't meant for it to be bad. And every time in life, you need to grab onto the deep root. that's what makes you become a better person, even though what it may be, what it is. You got to make negativity into positivity, regardless.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for that. I love that. I do. So, you grew up in Chicago, some drugs, some gangs. Um, what did you actually want to be when you grew up?
Oh, I wanted to play football. That's why I said the streets had the first draft pick, but
Yeah.
it wasn't meant for me to do that. Like my
Mm,
first year of high school, like I played, and the next year because of circumstances with my mother, she just had my baby sister, and
mm,
she was on drugs, and she
mm,
would just leave my sister with me, and days would go past. At first, I'd be like, "Ooh, I ain't got to go catch 3 buses in the cold to go to school. That's cool," you know.
mhm,
Days would go past, and then weeks. And then I would get to the point where I would miss 10 days, and then you automatically flunked out. Once you automatically flunked out, you can't play football no more. Once you
mm.
automatically flunked out, you damn near done with high school. So
Right.
I got so like on the 8th or 9th day, I just said, I got to go to school. And I had
Mhm,
a grandfather in the back. He's a big old guy. He don't do nothing much. So I just took my baby sister and her baby chair, and I left on the table like, and you watch it. I didn't say nothing, but I put a bottle in there. Well, I got to be the watcher. I'm just 15 years old. So I
right.
hop on the bus. I begged the bus driver, for some, let me on because I ain't got no fare. Go to school, eat off my friends, asking them to open the back door when I leave school, to get back on the bus, to get back home. Get
Mhm,
home, and everybody mad at me. you know. They like my auntie and everybody like, why you leave your sister? You know. And at that time that put me like, damn, what am I worth? And then after that, life just changed. Like my loss or playing football or anything else, school, whatever. All I wanted to
mhm.
do was be a gangbanger until I learned
Wow.